Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. MTG Box Analysis here to take a look at Jumpstart 2022. So we've got a fully sealed and intact box here. We have opened up this quite a few times on the channel, but you know, it's always good to kind of go back and revisit. Plus, the number one card in this set, the Rhystic Study, has been reprinted in Wilds of Eldraine since this release. So I want to kind of revisit it and kind of see what the value looks like today. So in case you're not familiar with Jumpstart 2022, essentially your goal is to take two of these packs, put them together with a friend. So you need 4 packs total in order to play a game of Magic. And supposedly, you know, you can put them all back together again and, you know, play over and over again. But I don't know anyone who actually does that. So we've got ourselves 20 packs here. Each one has a theme. And we're just going to kind of see what kind of value we get. So we're going to put the value of all the rares and mythics on the screen. We're going to total up the value at the end and take a look at the total value of the box. Now, sometimes these will come with an inner seal. This particular one does not. They're just raw cards inside of the pack. But we are going to start off with a good theme here. So we've got ourselves rats. So rats is what we call a mythic theme. That means there's only one variant and every single rats theme deck will be exactly the same. So let me show you how good it is. So the very first card is going to be Ashcoat of the Shadow Swarm. So this is a mythic. It only exists inside the rats theme and it is the second most valuable card in the set, valued just over $40. So awesome to see that as our first pack, first theme. And then we're going to see ourselves the Ogre Slumlord coming in as a backup rare. And then we've got ourselves Nezumi Bone Reader, followed by a Cryptic Rats. Then we're going to see an Infiltration Lens with an Ulcerate, an Ossuary Rats, a Typhoid Rats, Burglar Rat, Sinuous Vermin, Chittering Rats, followed by an Eviscerate. And then we're going to see ourselves a Thriving Moor. And then in the back here, these should just be basic swamps. So you do get all of the lands necessary to play if you were to combine two of these together. So awesome. We got ourselves a mythic theme. We got ourselves the number 2 card. Let's see if pack number 2 can hold the number 1 theme with the number 1 card. And then, you know, maybe we'll just skip the other 18 themes. Just kidding. All right, so we got ourselves demons here. So demons is going to be what's known as a common theme. So there's 4 different variants of this. So behind this, we're going to see ourselves Kothafed Soul Hoarder coming in as our rare. Now, just because it is a common theme, you still get rares and mythics in them. We're going to see Conductor of Cacophony, followed by Disciple of Perdition, Demon's Disciple, an Inner Demon, followed by an Infernal Idol. Then we're going to see a Diabolic Edict, Renegade Demon. Then we're going to see Takanuma Bleeder with a Fetid Imp, a Soul Cage Fiend, the Demon's Grasp. Then we're going to see that Thriving Moor with basic swamps in the back. So if you do get lucky enough and you pull like 2 black themes, right, then you probably got a pretty good start on your opponent. All right, moving into theme number 3 here. Apologize for the cut. I had to reorganize my price sheet that I keep in front of me in order to be able to read it correctly. All right, so this time we've got ourselves a Cruel. This is going to be another common theme out of black. We're going to see ourselves, though, a Cruel Sadist coming in as our rare, followed by a Dread Slaver, neither of which are high value. Then we're going to see a Conductor of Cacophony, Feast of the Fallen, followed by a Festering Evil. Then we're going to see a Talon of Pain, followed by an Infernal Idol, an Ossuary Rats, a Creeping Bloodsucker coming in. This is going to be the most expensive common in the set, currently valued just over $8. Awesome. Then we're going to see ourselves a Hooded Assassin, an Alley Strangler, Mire Blight, followed by a Thriving Moor, and our collection of swamps. So even though we got ourselves what I'll call a low value theme, or a low rarity theme, we did get a high value card in it, right? And kind of speaking of value, this set has 834 cards. 90 of them are currently valued over $1. So about 10% or so, or maybe just a little bit above 10%. And there are currently 14 cards in Jumpstart 2022 valued over $10. So let's see if we can't get some of those. All right, so we got ourselves treasure. This is our first red theme. They are typically not stacked in color order, so but this one is just a common theme. And behind it, we're going to see Captain Lannery Storm coming in as our rare, followed by a Sozekan Smelter. Then we're going to see a Blood Aspirant, a Rapacious Dragon, Trove of Temptation, a Gold Hound, then a Dutiful Replicator, Brazen Freebooter, followed by a Ripscale Predator, Sudden Breakthrough, a Gold Vein Pick with a Welding Sparks, a Thriving Bluff, and, of course, our Mountains in the back. All right, so finally we get ourselves a different color than black. Now, typically you're going to see between 1 and 5 mythic themes, and then a few rare themes, and then the rest are going to be common in these boxes. So far we've got 1 mythic theme, hoping to see a few more. This time around we got ourselves Wolves, which is just a common theme at a green, and it's going to contain a Night Pack Ambusher, followed by a Mild-Mannered Librarian, Briar Pack Alpha, Wolf Willow Haven, Arlen, Voice of the Pack. And if you notice, this is an anime card. There is 1 anime card in every single theme. Some are expensive, some are not. Following that, we got our Pestilent Wolf, Ferocious Pup, with a Bounding Wolf, a Spectral Hunt Caller, Flourishing Hunter, Prey Upon, with a Howl of the Hunt, a Thriving Grove, and, as always, basic lands to support the theme. So I'm going to try and use as much of my matte real estate here and lay out all of the themes for you. Okay, we got ourselves Mythic number 2. We've got Urza's here. So this, in my opinion, is probably the best theme to pick up, and you'll see why in a second. So we've got ourselves Karn Liberated coming in, is valued over $5. Behind it, we're going to see the Walking Ballista, valued over $10. So you get 2 really big hits in this pack. Then we're going to see the Golem Artisan, the Meteor Golem, the Planner Atlas, and then we got Urza's Factory with the Locked Wing Gargoyle, Ruin Servitor, followed by a Mannequin, Thought Mage's Familiar, a Universal Solvent, an Alchemist Vial. Then we're going to see the Expedition Map, another good common. And then behind this, we're going to see ourselves 1, 2, 3 towers, plus 1, 2 plants, and 2 mines in the back. So instead of basic lands, you get Urza's lands to correspond with it. So that is a really good theme to pick up. So now we got ourselves 2 mythic themes. All right. We have not yet seen any rare themes to my knowledge. So hopefully we get to pick up a few of those. Or we can just keep getting the mythics. That'd be fine with me. So this pack kicks off with Goblins, another common theme at a red. And that's going to contain Muxus Goblin Grande coming in as our rare, followed by an Arms Dealer, a Volley Veteran, a Goblin Grenade, Instrument of War, Fanatical Firebrand, Dragon Fodder, with a Goblin Trailblazer, Rummaging Goblin, Goblin Researcher, Burn Bright with a Destructive Tampering, the Thriving Bluff, and there's our lands. All right, awesome. Final theme in stack number 1. What will it be? All right, so we're going to see ourselves Spirits coming in out of white. So this is going to be a rare theme, which means that there's 2 different variants. So we have basically a 50-50 chance of seeing variant 1 versus variant 2. So in this, we're going to see ourselves an Hour of Reckoning, not a high value rare. And then behind it, we're going to see the Eidolon of Rhetoric, followed by a Mausoleum Guard, Gallows Warden, Devouring Light, Chains of Custody, Doom Traveler, with a Kami of Ancient Law, Pilgrim of the Ages, Martyr's Soul, a Blessed Defiance. Then we're going to see a Triplicate Spirits with a Thriving Heath, and you guessed it, a bunch of planes to support the deck. All right, so that takes us to the end of stack number 1. So far, so good. Love it when we can get 2 mythics right off the bat. All right, sliding into stack number 2. Let's see if we can't keep the luck going. All right, this time around, we've got ourselves Cats coming in out of white. This is just going to be a common theme. And inside, we're going to see ourselves a Felidar Retreat, followed by a Trove Warden coming in as a backup rare. Then we're going to see the Ingenious Leonin, followed by King of the Pride. Then we're going to see a Savannah Lions. Then we're going to see a Make a Stand, a Step Lynx, a Mesa Lynx, a Leonin Snarecaster with a Prowling Felidar, and impeccable timing. Then we're going to see a weight of consciousness with a thriving heath, and just some basic planes in the back. All right. I think I'm going to run out of room, so we'll just put cats way over there. And let's see what we've got up next. All right, this time around, we're going to see elves coming in out of green, just another common theme. This is going to contain the Wolverine Riders coming in. A very good rare from the set, valued over $5. Then we're going to see the Woodland Champion, Dwayne's Elite, an Elven Bow, an Instrument of War, followed by an Elvish Rejuvenator, an Ivy Lane Denizen, an Elderleaf Mentor, Lies Alana Huntmaster, Might of the Masses with a Roots of Wisdom, and then we're going to see ourselves a band together with a Thriving Grove, and some forests to complement the theme deck. All right, so let's go ahead and move elves right over there, and let's just keep on going. Earlier I mentioned that there were 90 cards valued over $1. 11 of them are common, 15 are uncommon, 40 are rare, and 24 are mythic. So speaking of rares, we do have a rare theme here. We got ourselves Landfall out of green. So this is going to contain Avenger of Zendikar coming in as a mythic hit for us. Is valued over $3. Then we're going to see ourselves a Turntimber Basilisk, Primeval Herald, Baleth Woodcrasher, Rampaging Growth, and Ushra Cultivator, a Snapping Gnarlid. Then we're going to see a Ferdid, Canopy Baleth with a Groundswell, Kalani Heart Exposition with a Broken Bond. Then we're going to see an Evolving Wilds with a Thriving Grove, and Forests. All right. Now, the one theme that we're really looking for, but it's kind of a crapshoot if you do pick it up, is going to be Go to School. It is a blue theme. It is a rare theme, which means that there are two variants, and one of them contains the Ristic Study, and the other one does not. And so it's pretty much a really good theme or the absolute worst theme that you can pick up. All right, this time around, we're going to see Morbid. This is going to be another rare coming in out of black. And with it, we're going to see ourselves Priest of the Bloodright coming in as our rare, followed by Skirtstag High Priest coming in as a backup rare. Then we're going to see Maruk Banshee, a reassembling skeleton, a Bone Picker, followed by a Vampiric Rites. Then we're going to see the Suspicious Shambler, a Wake Dancer, followed by a Tragic Slip. Then we got Liliana Steward with a Village Rites, then a Reeve Soul, followed by a Mortuary Mire with a Thriving Moor, and the Swamps. All right, there we go. So even though that was a rare theme, I don't think Morbid is a very valuable theme. So the rarity of the themes doesn't necessarily correspond with the value that you're going to see, unless, of course, it's a mythic, and then, of course, you know exactly what you're going to get. So we got ourselves Zombies here. This is going to be another common out of black. It's going to contain the Gravecrawler, very valuable card. And behind that is going to be the Necromancer Stockpile coming in as a backup rare, not high value, with a Deadly Plot, Lord of the Accursed, followed by a Mire Triton, a Gravedigger, a Suspicious Shambler, Crow of Dark Tidings, Carfell Kennel Master, followed by the Malefield Twins, a Deadweight. Then we're going to see the Cemetery Recruitment with a Thriving Moor, and our Swamps. All right, there we go. So we are now more than halfway through the box. We've got 3 more themes in this stack, and then we've got, I think it's 8 more in the first column, and then we'll jump into the MTG Box Analysis. All right, so we've got ourselves Law here out of white, and this is going to contain Gideon, Champion of Justice, followed by a Magnanimous Magistrate, an Arrest, a Righteousness, Unquestioned Authority, a Gideon's Lawkeeper, Ninth Bridge Patrol, Kami of Ancient Law, Midnight's Guard with a Night Guard Patrol, Sky Hunter Patrol, an Angelic Edict, a Thriving Heath, and the Plains in the back. All right. So just want to... I'm trying to get to the point where when we do get a duplicate theme, which is pretty common for Jumpstart 2022, that I can kind of show you the difference between them. So I'm just kind of stacking up my piles here. All right, jumping into our second to last theme in stack number 2. Let's get one more mythic. All right, well, we got ourselves a Think Again. Unfortunately, this common theme, I don't believe has high value cards in it. So we're going to see ourselves a fairy formation, followed by a spectral sailor, a fairy vandal, then we're going to see a military intelligence with a memorial to genius, soul reed, then we're going to see a merfolk pupil with a mystic skyfish, then we're going to see Teferi's protege with a tome anima, steel gaze griffin with a mantle of tides, a leave in the dust, a thriving isle, and some islands in the back. All right, so that was our first blue theme of the box, which is a little bit rare to see it take that long to see a theme color. All right, final theme in stack number 2. We've got ourselves dragons. So this is going to be a rare theme coming in out of red, and it's going to contain Sarkhan, the dragon speaker, coming in as a mythic for us. Very cool to see that. And behind that, we're going to see ourselves Sarkhan's whelp with a dragon egg. Then we've got a furnace whelp with a dragon mage, a dragon fodder, Kargon dragon rider, Bogarden dragonheart, plundering predator with a tormenting voice, a scorching dragonfire, Sarkhan's rage, a thriving bluff, and a bunch of mountains in the back. All right. So we'll go ahead and put the dragon theme right up there. I think we're down to 8 more to go. All right, so we got ourselves another Think Again. So there's basically a 1 in 25% chance or 1 in 4 chance of seeing the exact same theme. What are we going to get? So we're going to see Alanda the Sky Dreamer, which is different than our previous theme, so that's kind of cool. So we're going to see ourselves a Spectral Sailor coming in with a Fairy Vandal. Then we're going to see a Neutralize with a Lake Claim, Merfolk Pupil, Mystic Skyfish, Teferi's Protege, a Tome Anima, Seal Gaze Griffin, Startling Development with a Hieroglyphic Illumination, a Thriving Isle, a Desert of the Mindful. Then we're going to see our islands. So they kind of tricked me there at the end. So we'll put Alundo there, and then we'll put our second Think Again right there. So that's our first duplicate theme, but different variant. And so I'm really glad that we got to see one of those. So that way I could kind of show you that the common themes do have multiple variations. So we got ourselves Detective here. It's another common theme here, but it's going to contain Teferi's Puzzle Box, a very good rare from the set, valued somewhere pretty close to $10. And then directly behind it, we're going to see ourselves a Psychosis Crawler, followed by Hold for Questioning, Magnifying Glass coming in the anime. Then we get Ornophage with a Tolarian Kraken, a Floodhound. Then we get the Vidalcan Engineer, an Aeronaut Tinkerer, Drownyard Explorers, Press for Answers, Jace's Scrutiny, a Thriving Isle, and our islands to support the theme. All right, very cool. So happy when we get ourselves a really good theme. Now, if we can just pick up one more of those mythics, that'd be great. There are 2 mythic themes for each color, so a total of 10. Plus there's Urza's, the colorless theme, for a total of 11 mythic themes. Now we've got ourselves Insects here coming in out of green. Insects is going to be another common theme, but it's going to contain the Swarm Shambler, followed by the Nessian Hornbeetle, Nantuko Cultivator, the Iridescent Hornbeetle, the Crawling Sensation, Caustic Caterpillar, Ironshell Beetle, with a Dustshell Crawler, Giant Ladybug, Moldergraph Millipede, Relentless Pursuit, a Hunter's Edge, and then we're going to see ourselves a Thriving Grove, and our forests in the back. All right, I am officially out of room for these themes. Trying to keep them on camera, but at the same time, I don't want to mix them all up. It makes sorting them later so much harder. All right, so we got Treasure, just another common theme. This is going to be a duplicate, so let's see if we get the same variant. So we get ourselves, no, we don't. We get the Goldspan Dragon. So this is going to be one of our cards valued over $10. So hooray, glad we got this theme. Then we're going to see the Blood Aspirant, followed by a Rapacious Dragon, a Koldatha Flame Fiend, a Blaze. Then we're going to pick up a Goldhound, Vault Robber, followed by a Dutiful Replicator, Brazen Freebooter, the Gold Vein Pick. Then we get the Welding Sparks, followed by the Big Score. Then we're going to see a Thriving Bluff and our Mountains. All right, so very cool to get a different variant of the Treasure theme. So here's what I'll do to make a little bit of room. We'll put our Think Agains on top of each other and our treasures. So we are down to 4 themes. All right, so moving into our 4th to the last theme. We've got ourselves treasure coming in out of red. This is now our 3rd treasure of the box. This one is going to contain Gadrick the Crown Scourge as our rare, followed by a Blood Aspirant, a Rapacious Dragon, Kuldotha Flame Fiend, Trove of Temptation, the Goldhound, the Gleaming Barrier, the Dutiful Replicator, Brazen Freebooter, Goldvein Pick, the Welding Sparks, the Improvised Weaponry, and the Thriving Bluff with our Mountains. So there we go. We've now gotten 3 of the 4 different variants of the treasure theme. I don't really want to see the 4th one, but if it comes up, okay. You can get duplicate themes and duplicate variants, so possibly these 3 treasures could have all been the exact same variant. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now we've got ourselves here Unlucky 13 coming in out of black. So this is going to be the 2nd mythic theme coming in out of black. So let's see what we've got in store. This is going to contain a Tree of Perdition, a tremendous mythic from the set. This is going to be our 3rd most valuable card in the set. So we've now got number 2 and number 3. This is valued over $25. And behind that, we're going to see Triskaidekaphobia, the Fear of 13, or in this case, the You Want 13. So we've got ourselves Disciple of Perdition, Sling Gang Lieutenant, Ruthless Disposal. Then we're going to see Exsanguinate, a good uncommon from the set, followed by a Blight Keeper, Gnawing Zombie, Skirtstag Supplement, Soul Cage Fiend, a Dread Rider with the Tragic Slip, then the Piranha Marsh, and a Thriving Moor with our Swamps in the back. All right, very cool. So now we've got the number 2 and number 3. Now let's see if there's some way that in these last 2 themes, we can get ourselves a go to school and pick up the number 1 card in the set. It's always the goal of Jumpstart 2022 is to find yourself a Ristic Study. Well, we got ourselves a blue. Unfortunately, it is not the right theme, so we have Inventive here. And behind that, we're going to see ourselves the Hangerback Walker coming in, rare with some value, followed by a Launch Mishap. Then we're going to see ourselves a Whirler Rogue, Renowned Weaponsmith, a Juggernaut with a Gearsmith Prodigy, Aeronaut Tinkerer, Aviation Pioneer, Gear Seeker Serpent with a Heart Piercer Bow, Vial of Dragonfire, Artificer's Epiphany with a Thriving Isle, a Seat of Synod, and then we're going to see our islands in the back. All right, so that's going to bring us to our final theme here. What will it be? I don't know, but let's find out. All right, so we've got ourselves cats. It's going to be a common out of white. We've already seen 1 cat's theme, so let's see if we see a different variant. We're going to see a Ajani, Strength of the Pride, coming in as our mythic. Does hold some value for us, so hooray. Then we get the Ingenious Leonin, King of the Pride, a Ajani's Pridemate, Make a Stand with a Trained Carkle, a Leonin Snarecaster, Savannah Sage, Basari's Acolyte, Leonin Scimitar, Impeccable Timing. Then we're going to see a Weight of Conscience with a Thriving Heath, and our Plains in the back. All right, so stay tuned. Here comes the MTG Box Analysis. Get early access to videos, download the analysis for every box open on the channel, and personally DM me, just like these fine people, all by becoming a member of the channel through YouTube or over at mtgboxanalysis.com. You'll find links in the description. Until next time, do something amazing.